I need this Caterpie.
Bro, am I really about to use my raspberry right now?
Come on. Just stay in the ball.
How do I use my chopper gun?
Stay in my balls.
I got the wrong controller. Just give me a second.
Oh, dude, I'm on a killing streak right now.
Oh, my Joy-Con died.
Oh. I'll grab the Guitar Hero. Get the guitar real quick. Oh,
right, I got the
Austin,
one.
yeah. You think my mouse? So I think my mouse might work.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, hang on. We got this, guys. I believe it.
Yep.
I got like a raid din or something.
Oh,
Okay.
I gotta use both
I
controllers.
caught Karibo. I caught Karibo. We're good.
All right, perfect.
Give me a second.
I caught Spite Ups.
Yes, you did.
There we go.
Oh,
Here we go. All right, got it. They got it.
Oh, I'm in a trainer battle.
Oh, you. Welcome everybody to the Boost View Podcast. Here on the Boost View Podcast, we like to review Nintendo games, new and old, and give them a look in retrospect. Today's episode is going to be on PokePark and Pokemon Let's Go series. But first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Favoyo.
hi, I'm Excellion96 or Gabe.
Hello, I'm Short to Fuse, aka Fuse.
And today we have a beautiful guest with us today who can go ahead and introduce themselves. Yummy water. Yes, tasty.
H20.
I like this. Yeah.
Tasty.
Hi there, Sonic Buckley 01 here.
There he is.
Heck yeah. Welcome on to the podcast, Sonic. It's great to have your beautiful
Thanks
face.
for coming on.
It's great to be here. I had it marked on my calendar.
Oh, he did it on his calendar? That's so
Dude,
bad.
look, he's in Legoland right now.
Yeah, for sure. He's in
Yeah,
Legos.
Yeah, had it refurbished and everything. The whole looking
The
good.
whole 9 yards.
That end dragon head must have been so expensive, dude.
Oh, it was man. The hours I had to put into that.
Yeah,
bro,
I bet.
you know.
I
Okay.
know. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Before we get started for today's episode, though, I would like to go ahead and say, can you guys like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube video? And if you're listening on Spotify, please give us a nice rating, 5 stars, or
5 out of 5.
Leave a comment on Apple Podcasts. But as I said, today's episode is going to be on PokePark and the PokePark spinoff game and the technically spinoff games. There's kind of mainline, kind of spinoff Let's Go games. They
Literally spin
oh,
games.
But we're gonna start with PokePark. So first thing I have to ask you guys about PokePark is first we should talk about what is PokePark, right? Like what is that series, and then we can go ahead and dive into what is your first experience with that. And so I'll start with what the game is. So the game of PokePark is a spin-off game where you are playing as Pikachu and you get isekai'd into this world of Pokemon. PokePark, right? And all the Pokemon are sentient. You can talk, and it's a big 3D world. It's not like Explorers of Sky. It's more like you run around and you're trying to make friends. And you can make friends through playing tag. You can make friends through battling them. You can make friends through doing fetch quests for them, etc., etc. So and that's the whole kind of crux of it. You go to each area in the game, you make a bunch of friends, you get enough friends to kind of beat these mini games. And that's most of the game, but we'll dive more into that kind of gameplay loop later. What was everybody's first experience? And Sonic, I'll throw it to you first. What was your first experience with this game?
My first experience with them, I actually remember pre-ordering this game.
Dang.
At GameStop. I went in there for... Oh, I was buying one of the DS games. I can't remember which one, but I remember I went in one day and the guy was like, "Oh, did you want a pre-order copy of PokePark Pikachu's Adventure?" And I was sitting there and I was like, I don't know what that means, but yeah, I'll put down $5 for it, because I was like, it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, a Pokemon game, and like I'm a kid with no need for fear of adult responsibilities. Yeah, I'll put down $5 for that. And oh, dude, I remember booting up that game and I was just like watching it, and I was like, it's like an all white like background with I think like a little bit of grass, but it's like Pikachu, Piplup, Charmander, Chikorita just walking down the street, and then Mew just pulls up out of nowhere, just swerving in, Tokyo drifting out of left field, and then there's just like a hole that appears, and Pikachu looks down cautious, and I'm pretty sure like Piplup trips, and that's the whole reason you fall down. And I was just like, what is happening? But then you wake up in the forest and you learn the controls for Pikachu, like using Thunderbolt and everything, and it's just like, it was just one of those things where it's like, we didn't have a lot of 3D Pokemon games back then.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we had Battle Revolution on the Wii at that point, and that was pretty much it.
Yep.
And the game looks just as good as Pokemon games today. It's crazy, bro.
It really does. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it is a crazy experience. And it's a cool, like, it's cool that like Mew is kind of like, they're the antagonist, but they're also not at the same time. Like, you think they're maybe the air quotes antagonist, because Mew has like this like low-key energy to them where they're like, I'm chaotic neutral and I'm just making shit happen, you know. I don't know, but it was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool experience.
It was also
Fuse.
It was also
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was also just something new. Like,
True.
it was like
it was
fresh.
very different.
Like, playing the Pokemon for like mystery dungeon games was like nothing new, but like just between like all the mini games you had and like playing just as Pikachu and like everything, it was just something new and it was different, and I really hope they did more of those.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I would fuck with the PokePark 3, which there are 2 games, which we will get into. We will touch PokePark 2 a little bit, but PokePark 1 is our main focus here. Yeah. Fuse, go ahead. Tell us about it if you have played these.
So I like to think of this game as the Fortnite of Pokemon.
Fortnite. Interesting. Explain.
I would say the same, Fuse. I think that's a good take, man. That's a great take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Explain.
But in all seriousness, I think this is was like a very nice. It was, I've played most of the main games where you're the trainer, you get the battle stuff. But this was a nice breath of fresh air. For a little bit. I don't remember finishing the game, but I do remember that I played it at least a couple early stages, and I enjoyed the mini games. And I think at one point I fought a Mankey, and I kicked his ass, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh no, not my boy. It's like, ah! It just got sent out flying into the distance. I was like, oh no. But honestly, I think it was an interesting step. Like you said, we didn't have any 3D rendered games besides Battle Revolution. Like, I guess the ones before that were on the GameCube with the
Coliseum and XD.
Pokemon XDs and stuff.
Which I would like to apologize to everybody. I said at the end of last week's episode that was what this episode was going to be about, but I forgot. I had mixed up in the schedule. I thought that one was going to be sooner and this one was going to be later, but it's actually the opposite. So, anyways,
God,
they're
you
too
are
late now. They
disgusting,
know
Austin.
now. So
what are we gonna do with you?
Nah, it's okay. PokePark and Let's Go were better anyway.
True.
There you go. And that's my experience with the first experience with it, at least at the start.
Nice. Gabe.
Go ahead and crucify me. I have never played this game before.
Really?
And I always forget that it exists.
Dang.
And Gabe, you never played this game?
I know.
See,
bro.
I thought you played it a little bit. I feel like I don't know why I thought I had a conversation with you that you were like, "Hey, I played these games."
So Quinn showed me the trailer earlier, and it's cute. It has like the song in the trailer. I see Mew right there. Like just whipping up out of nowhere. There's the whole Pikachu fall. It's like this sounds like Kirby music. This is very like Kirby. Like cute beginning of the story game. I love it. It's it's that adorable music. I'm looking through it now. These mini games. It looks like a fun, for sure, breath of fresh air. Nintendo. I've always saying this, man. They always think outside the, not always, but a lot of the time they do these things where they think outside the box, like with what was that, like a Labo or whatever, the VR,
Labo.
Yeah, it's like that artificial VR. That was a total flop, but then they, make other stuff that is very outside of the box. Something like this, it looks like a lot of fun, especially back in the day, back when this was, the new game for Pokemon, while you were probably waiting for, I don't know if maybe Black and White or X and Y were the next mainline Pokemon games out after this.
It was Black and White because this one came out in 2010. And
I gotcha.
It only has up to Gen 4, and then the next game, the whole, this is different because it has Gen 5 in it. And it came out in 2012.
And it's... I think it's cool how you play as Pikachu, just because, I mean, you know, yeah, being a trainer is really cool because it's like, oh, I'm the trainer, but it's cool actually getting to play as the Pokemon, as Pikachu.
Yeah.
And now Pikachu's getting carried away by a Drifblim. How adorable. Very pretty, it's a pretty, it's a cute, it's just one of those fun games you can just chill and not really worry about anything on, Mini games, we love mini games, Mario Party, all that good stuffy.
Yeah. So the whole, again, like I was saying earlier, the whole point of this game is that you are going through the park and Mew is asking you to collect these sky prism shards things.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're held by each warden of each zone, and there's like 5 zones. There's 5 zones technically. There's usually there's like the main zone, and then there's like a zone within the zone, but it's so there's like, you start in the grass area, and the grass area has the warden of Venusaur. Then you move on to the beach zone, and the beach zone leads to a further inward zone of like, it's basically like the iceberg zone. It's like ice Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Then that leads to the cavern zone, which leads to the magma zone. So you have first just caves, and then it gets further into like lava and fire Pokemon, right? And then the next zone is the spoopy zone. So you got it's just a spoopy mansion. And then the last zone is the it's like mountainous spear pillar-esque ruins. Yeah, and then further within that, there's technically a small second zone that's like sky. It's like Sky Haven. It's like a big flower. It's kind of where Shaman is. And then you go on to get Mew. So as you beat each area, you do these mini games. So as you make friends with Pokemon, you can use those Pokemon in those mini games, and you can get the prisms from each of the wardens, and you bring peace to PokePark. I will say the controls, for the most part, especially for being just like the Wii Remote and you hold it sideways, not bad. not. It could be better.
Like
I think there's like, yeah.
It's like they could have. I'd still love the game, but they really should have just implemented the nunchuck. It just felt weird being like a 3D world and just like holding your thumb back and forth to like have Pikachu just literally like shift over there or like shift over there.
Yeah,
instead of just like a turn.
Especially when you're in a sprint, Pikachu's turn radius is like awful. It's abysmal. It takes like forever to just turn around a corner. And then the game
like very like slowly like trying to.
And the game kind of compensates it for you, and so then you end up like overcorrecting a lot and like fucking it up. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I remember
just
that
give
was
us the nunchuck, man. Like you have you make the nunchuck for a reason, right? It's part of the controller. So just like, why would you not?
Isn't it? And it comes with the Wii, so it's like might as well. I don't know. Anyways,
instead of unintuitive.
So yeah, that was fun. I think some of my we'll kind of talk about the story, or I guess I kind of just explained the story. Is like you're trying to save PokePark, right? And there's a bunch of really cool set pieces, and it's a fun time. What do you guys think about the story? And any of you guys can chime in. I know Gabe won't be able to chime in.
Rayquaza is in it. That's cool.
He is in it.
True.
And look at him, boom.
They do bring
Shined
Rayquaza.
in. Proud of him.
Is he a bad guy? Is he one of the bad guys?
He's like one of the minigame war. There's no Pokemon in this that are like bad guys. Everybody is just like a person.
That's a lie. Bidoof's in it.
All right, listen, Bidoof is like the most wholesome one in this entire game.
Dude,
he literally is like building his family home.
No, yeah, bro. No, you sit there, you're minding your own business. You want to make friends and freaking just run around, play. You want to play tag with a Slowpoke. You want to learn Iron Tail from a Primeape. You want to increase your dash from a Ponyta. Yeah. And freaking Bidoof is just like, I want to build a complex for my family. I need big ass pieces of logs that are on the other side of the map. And it's like, bro, go get it yourself. I ain't your errand boy.
Yeah.
Villain. He's a villain.
I'm not your contractor, bro.
I still wouldn't call him a villain, but okay.
He is.
He's evil.
You're right.
He sounds so cute. He's like Bidoof. He's just a little Bidoof, you know? He has his little
oh my god, were you the voice actor?
Bidoof. Bro, it's great.
I'd punch you in the face.
You sounded like Gollum from Lord of the Rings, bro.
Yeah.
My precious,
thinking of Meatball from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Meatball. Oh my god, Meatball.
You look at him and tell me there's a god. He made me in his own image.
That show was weird, man. I felt like I was high when I was watching that show. I was literally 12 years old and I thought I was on acid watching that, bro.
Yeah, it was great. Anyways, back on topic.
Carl!
What are some of y'all's favorite parts of the game?
I think I loved the battles in the game. Like I would find myself interacting with specific Pokemon just to battle them again because it was just so much fun. Because I would like I would battle in what I would call anime style. So
Yep.
I would always jump as Pikachu and then use Thunderbolt. And then like I would also
that was
jump and do
fun.
Iron Tail just as like because that's
Yeah.
what Ash's Pikachu always did. So I would like try to like.
Well, it also
implement
does
that.
extra damage, I think, too, right?
Yeah, I think 'cause
Maybe.
it's,
I don't know.
maybe that for the sake of my childhood, let's say yes.
Okay.
And I wasn't,
Style points.
and I
For
wasn't
my
just-
mental,
yeah,
it did.
yeah. For the sake of my mental health now, let's say yes.
Yeah, no, battles are great.
It's on a fine line.
I-
Don't cross it.
I love the beach zone mainly because it's such dumb beef between Gyarados and Feraligatr. It's like, oh, the ladies are beefing again. They're mad. They're mad. They broke all the bridges.
Dude, and the
Yeah.
music when you're in there, it's just like bow, 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 bow. And then you're just sitting there minding your business, and you just hear Wingo just in like the back. It's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, you're so-
Wingo, where the fuck? You're ruining the
I know,
vibes,
you're like,
Wingo,
where
man.
did
Come
Where did they
on.
come
Well,
from?
We'll listen to the music
Yes,
at the end here, as we always do. It's so great. Yeah, yeah, Fuse.
Yeah, yeah.
Other than that, though, my other favorite set piece, I really love the haunted zone. It was so fun. And then like when you get everybody
Yeah.
in the ballroom and they're playing the piano,
With the
and
piano,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah,
you need Spinnerack Silk to fix the piano strings because it's all battered up.
Yeah. It's very cool. I always love the piano room and the giant ballroom when you run around and you chase people and they're playing, and yeah, it's a good time. One of my favorite mini games, I think I really enjoy the oh god, what was it? The one in the magma zone where it's like basically Beyblades or whatever.
Oh.
The Rhyperior's mini game, that one's really fun. You're like bouncing each other off it feels like a Mario Party mini game where you're like bouncing people off of the platform and stuff. Great.
The fact that, funny enough, because I actually remember this just because of how much I love the Pokemon. Torterra was actually one of like the top best choices for that mini game.
For that game, yep.
Which I would always look at and be
Yup.
like, well, I'm at a disadvantage because I'm a grass type. And I went in there and I was just like spinning around, just beating everybody. And I was just like, God damn.
But I'm gonna choose him anyway because I like Torterra. Yeah, me and anybody who doesn't know, me and Sonic are both Turtwig simps. We're both big Turtwig fans here in this.
I mean,
chat.
it is the best starter out of.
He's the best starter. He's the best one.
No, that's Chimchar.
Okay, whatever.
Look, Fuse,
Yeah,
it's okay to be wrong.
The penguin doesn't even exist in my eyes.
What are you talking about? He's right here. How can you say that? He's right here.
I don't see anything.
Where
I see you.
Objectively, I find Chimchar to be he's the worst out of the three in that gen, but I still think he's solid. It's like being the worst out of like your top of the class. Like it's like if somebody has a 4.0, like Turtwig has a 4.0, Piplup has like a 3.9, and then he's a 3.8. It's not like he's like bad. It's just
Right.
he's just not
Yeah.
as good.
He got the bronze medal.
I'd say
Yeah.
out of all the fire types introduced in Gen 4, I'd say Chimchar is definitely up there.
Yeah, with the other like what 2?
0.
Yeah.
Which are his
Smart
evolutions.
Inferno and Burnape
top
and Mag's
five.
Mortar.
Fuse, what are some of your favorite parts of this game that you remember?
Huh?
What are some of your favorite parts of this game that you remember? You mean? Where's
Chimchar.
you don't.
Sorry. Honestly, I was gonna say the same. The haunted part, like going around trying to get like Haunter and then run to Gengar and getting freaked out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
oh,
a fun
God.
one. I do love little Gengar. Little Gengar.
I can still think I can
There's-
still hear Gengar's cry. You just like
Gengar.
you just walk around you're just walking around in the hallway trying to hear the doors open and you just hear Gengar. And you're like peek around the corner and you're like, I gotta fight you. You're in the painting.
They go, there he is. I need to. They go, wait, come back here.
Damn, I saw this in Luigi's
Crazy.
Mansion.
Yeah. Oh my God, the guys were playing little Luigi's Mansion.
Crossover we've wanted.
Oh, what's up, or Gabe? Scar?
That's the crossover we've wanted.
Yeah, exactly. What is this? A crossover episode?
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I don't know. Those are some of my favorite bits. Did anybody else have any other favorite bits of the game that they enjoyed, or I don't know?
I liked
Gabe.
playing as Pikachu.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gabe, do you have anything to add to that?
The trailer was cute.
I like the part where you
Yeah.
play as Pikachu in Friendship. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
And friendship, baby. Friendship.
I had the part where you talk to Pokemon.
Yeah, Pikachu does the Thunder Smash.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I just noticed in the PokePark 2 thing, I think this is like a demo for Black and White, which is kind of crazy.
Wait, did
they do
PokePark
demos?
2?
I don't know.
Did PokePark 2 Bonds Beyond Time come out before Black and White? No, it must have been after.
It just says, oh yeah, because this came out, 2 came out in 2012. Yeah, this came out in 2012, and this came out in 2011.
I was gonna say.
Well, I mean, maybe it still had like a demo. I don't know. It just has like a promo thing here for.
We know the
There's
game's
a
been
bunch
out
of
for a
other-
year, but here's a demo for those of you who still.
Yo,
haven't
here's
got
a bunch
it
of
Yeah, literally.
the Black and White Next Destiny. Pokemon
Dude,
cards
Rumble
you can get.
Blast.
Oh yeah, and Pokemon Rumble Blast. Some other spin-offs here that we have that we could talk about.
Hell yeah, dude.
Rumble Blast.
Rumble was
man.
the best. Was it free on the Wii, or it was either free or stupid cheap?
I think it was free. I remember on the 3DS there was a Rumble that was free, but it was like you had to like spend money for gems to play through stuff.
Oh, they fucking microtransactioned it. That's ass.
Yeah, man. Guess
That's
who had
lame.
mom and dad's credit card for that one?
Not I, said the fly. Not I.
No, that's a lie. I had mine. I was in crippling debt.
Wait, how? Wait a minute. I didn't even have a credit. I was like 14. How old were you?
I don't know.
4.
Yeah, it was mine. I was in crippling debt.
All right. All right. Well, speaking of PokePark 2, Sonic, go ahead and give us the lowdown on like what's going on, and just give us a brief synopsis of the story and tell us what you like about it. Just because, again, I don't know about it. So.
All right. So Bonds Beyond Time, which I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No. PokePark Pikachu's Adventure 2 Wonders Beyond. What's Bonds Beyond
Yeah,
Time?
it's Wonder.
Oh, I'm thinking of the movie. Never mind. Don't mind.
Yeah,
me.
you're thinking of the movie.
I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, Wonders Beyond was, I think it's Pikachu. I think Piplup gets trapped in like another dimensional thing with Kofagrigus or something.
Yeah, and it's the Unova starters that are with him.
Yeah,
it looks like.
and as you travel around, you also get to play as Oshawott, Tepig, and Snivy. Oshawott
cool.
had a razor shell that when you shook the Wiimote, it like spun in a circle. But when Oshawott,
that's cool shit, actually.
When Oshawott said its cry, it was like super aggressive. So like Pikachu would just be like Pikachu, but then like Oshawott would just go Oshawott. Like, no, literally, it was just like Oshawott, and it would just like scream.
That's amazing, brother was out for blood. Yeah.
He wanted to cut people up, bro.
Yeah, really.
I know Tepig had Heat Crash when you shook the Wiimote, and then Snivy had Leaf Tornado, but it would like kind of like twirl up like a snake and then just like spin like Chun-Li from Street Fighter in the Leaf Tornado and then just like land on its feet. It was just really cool. But
that is cool.
You had to use their signature moves to like access different parts. There was a train yard that I remember, and I remember obsessing over it because, you know, trains as kids is just like peak. But I think overall in terms of the plot, I don't entirely remember like the main like bad guy, but I think it was Piplup was in like some like alternate like dimension or something, and there was like a Kofagrigus.
Yeah, it was like Kofagrigus, right? It was like the main bad, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was the main bad, but he was like the catalyst.
But yeah, because I know it was like a Mew thing where it's like they're not really bad guys. It's either like they're slightly misunderstood or they're like, no, it's just like I have no power over this. He's just trapped here. You got to collect stuff.
Go pick up your penguin in aisle 9, please. We don't want it.
What was that other Pokemon game on the Wii that was? Oh my! So it wasn't Revolution. It wasn't PokePark. I feel like there was another one. It was a bit smaller. I think it might have just been a digital game.
You're talking about Rumble?
I think it might have been Rumble, honestly.
Yeah, Rumble. You like the wind-up Pokemon. You ran around.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't know. God, it's been so
there's
long,
also
but...
Pokemon Ranch. That was also one.
There was Ranch. Ranch was
dude,
fun.
I loved Ranch,
so
bro.
Yeah, Ranch
before
was
Pokemon Bank.
And you can actually interact. Can you even interact with your Pokemon in Pokemon Bank, or is it just strictly a bank? Okay. Yeah. Ranch was cool, man. And you could like go to your friends' ranches, and you know. When's Pokemon Blue Cheese coming out?
Blue cheese. On that note, I think that's enough about PokePark series. I mean, it was a great game, a great spinoff. Highly recommended for anybody. We can give our overall rating. I mean, the other two won't. Well, Fuse will be able to, but Gabe may not be able to give a solid rating on it.
Let me at least.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. All right, let's start.
That'll
it.
make
Start
Diplo
off,
pretty
Gabe.
happy, bro.
Start off then, Gabe. Come on, give us the rating on PokePark.
I give it a Pikachu out of 10
Yep, there it is.
there you go.
baby.
because it's cute and Pikachu's cute.
Oh yeah. Fuse. What do you?
Okay. I've only played half the game, to be fair.
Okay.
So I can't give like a accurate rating. But what I played and what I experienced, especially in like the mini games and like doing the battles of the Pokemon and doing it at the haunted event, I'd at least give this like a 7.5 out of 10.
That's valid.
Just because it's like it's a nice breath of fresh air, but I feel like there could have been a little more like oomph to it, at least for me, or else I mean the only reason I probably didn't stop playing it was because I was probably bored after halfway through it. But
Yeah.
just to be fair.
No. I'll go next. So I kind of sort of get that sentiment. The gameplay loop gets a little boring when you're like right before the haunted area. Like when you're in the magma cave area, it gets a little tedious. I won't lie, especially when you have to carry back the materials for the fucking top and stuff. It was awful. But
Yeah, by the
otherwise,
villainous Bidoof.
otherwise, game's great. I gave it a solid like 8. It's a great game. I think if you're a Pokemon fan, I think it's worth a playthrough. And even if you're not, it's so different than the mainline Pokemon games. You don't have to worry about like battle mechanics. You just have to worry about like whatever this game's battle mechanics are, and yeah, just having fun with it. It's a good time. And I think PokePark 2, I've heard nothing but positive things about it. So I mean, if you play the first one and if you can get your hand on the second one, do it. Give it a chance. Go for it, Sonic.
Well, taking the nostalgia factor out, I would I would give this game I would give it a 9 out of 10. And the reason why is because it was completely different from what we've had. Like up to that point, like we've had like I guess I don't want to say 3D Pokemon games, but like I feel like that was just like it was taking 3D Pokemon into like a completely different direction. And I feel like yeah, some of the stuff was like tedious because it's like carrying stuff back and forth, and it's like you either play hide and seek, chase, or you battle. But I think it was I never felt bored as a kid. I think it was just because of like, oh, what other Pokemon are in this area? And as you play through the mini games and make more friends, you unlock more Pokemon. And because I think like a lot of the mythical Pokemon were like locked behind like special events or like stuff that you had to do. So it like got me like interested in making sure I was like going through my friends list and making sure I had all the Pokemon on in that area, and then like talking to so and so. But
and there's like a post game thing where you have to go back and like you like certain Pokemon, like a bunch of new Pokemon come to the place, and you have to find like Shaman. I think was an example of that where you could finally become friends with them, and yeah, it's a whole thing. So.
I remember that's what Legends Arceus did to me, you know, because like I was like, okay, I feel like I've gotten every Pokemon in this area, but I would keep exploring to see if there was maybe a one or two others, and then there would always be a couple others. I'd be like, oh my god, bro, like you like, and then there'd be more, and I'd be like, oh my god, there's just even more here.
That's what I love about that kind of. That's why I always love that, like with the new with Arceus, which is why I just hope they make more Legends games, or if they make whenever they make new Pokemon games, they make them more auto catchers than auto battlers, because like. I don't know. The auto battling thing was helpful, but it's I don't know the fact that I could just like throw a ball. I mean, I've said this before. I don't know why I'm reiterating, but the fact you could just keep chucking balls and catch. It made it so that like even if I caught a bajillion of the same Pokemon, like I didn't mind. Like it was fun. It was just fun.
Quick.
To just
It was
do
efficient.
That.
Yeah.
Anyways. That concludes our discussion on PokePark and the PokePark series as a whole. We will now move on to the Let's Go series. Woo! Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go. What? What are you saying, Sonic? Sorry.
what?
What?
Good morning.
He was like, let's go. And you're like, what'd you say, Sonic?
I just missed it.
Hey, if you're watching right now,
What'd you say,
if I couldn't
Sonic?
help but notice, I noticed you haven't hit that like button yet. Are you waiting for
Hit the like button.
Yeah,
particular?
like the
Are you
video.
waiting for an
Yeah.
invitation? Like, I mean, it's right there. It's right there.
It's free.
It's right there. It takes 2 seconds out of your day.
We've been
become a
really trying to
millionaire.
push that because we've got like a few hundred views on the most recent video, and it has like 10 likes, and it's like, come on, more people gotta like
Press that motherfucker.
Gotta press that button. Gotta press that button, baby.
Absolutely
okay.
assault it.
Just
Yeah.
Anyways, Pokemon, let's
Shoot that
go. What
like
are these
button.
games? Who are they? Who is she?
Who
and why are
is
they the stepchild of this series? So Let's Go came out. Was it right
Another Gen
before?
1 remake. Yay!
Yeah.
It was the third or fourth Gen 1 remake to ever happen.
If you want to get technical, you could access the Kanto region and Fire and Leaf Green. So it's not that it was like an actual like new game and reintroducing the Kanto region, but you could technically go back and explore it a little. It pushes up glasses.
So
Get your facts straight, nerd.
these were main-ish line Pokemon games, and they came out after the Pokemon Go craze, and they were supposed to be kind of more in line with Pokemon Go on the phone in terms of some of the mechanics, especially the catching mechanics, hence the cold open at the beginning of this episode. Yeah, so the Let's Go series is just
Check it out at 000.
yeah. They're basically remakes of Pokemon Yellow. So they're remakes of Pokemon Yellow. The story in the games are Pokemon Yellow. It's like you run into Jesse and James. Am I right? I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, from what I remember.
Yeah.
You
And
run into
Meowth
Jesse and James.
Meowth hits the gritty before you battle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You always
part.
be hitting that gritty, and but you do everything else is the same as like a Gen 1 game, except there's like the graphics are pretty. Pokemon are in the overworld, and the catching mechanics suck ass.
Yes.
Yeah,
They-
I really wish we had an option to turn that shit off because god
Right.
damn. Because
How
they
to ruin a game 101.
they like the only Pokemon you traditionally battled were the birds. That was it.
Yeah.
Because you and Mewtwo, because you had to battle them, get their HP to 0, and then it was just like,
I'm playing
and then throw in the
Go.
freaking
But even then,
Joy-Con. It
doesn't
was
it,
just
like-
so dumb.
Isn't it like you battle them and then you isn't it like you battle them and then it still puts you into that motion minigame to catch
Yeah.
them still?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, for the Mystic and Legendaries, yeah. The
Yeah.
other ones just you have to throw balls at them.
Yeah.
So in this game, for anyone who doesn't know, when you encounter wild Pokemon, you never battle them. You always get thrown into a catch mini game where if you could either use the motion controls of the this isn't a Joy-Con, but you use the motion controls of the Joy-Con and you flick the ball just like you would in say Pokemon Go on your phone. You also could use the stick to flick it if you were playing like handheld mode, like such. You could flick the stick up, which was a bit better, but could have been worse. Enjoying that cup of agua there.
Oh yeah, I'm staying hydrated. Are you?
Yeah, stay hydrated, gamers. So that's
Drink and
kinda
hit
the
that like button.
main difference between these games from like a main series game. Gabe, you tell me what you thought. We'll go this way this time. So Gabe, you tell me what you think about it, and then we'll go from there.
So I liked Pokemon Go for like the first week it was out, and then I realized how like empty and it felt. And then I know there's been a lot of big updates and obviously all that stuff since it came out years ago. But I hate the whole catching thing. Like in a main Pokemon game like Let's Go, I know they're not main, but they're basically main Pokemon games. So that's like what Pokemon is. It's catching Pokemon. So the fact that like one of the main fun mechanics in the game is it sucks. I never had the game myself, but I played a shit ton of it with my brother David, and I remember him showing me the Pokeball, like how you control, and I was like, ew, you play the game with one tiny
buy
little...
the Pokeball accessory?
He did. Yep, yeah. He got Let's Go Eevee, and he got Pikachu, and yeah, he did that.
Sounded like the kids in Back to the Future when Marty McFly is playing Duck Hunt and he's using the Western game, and they're like, "Oh, you got to use your hands. That's like a baby's toy."
What is this, bro? Like a Fisher Price thing, bro.
It's
do
got
it.
Mew in
Start
it.
to play.
It's got Mew in it though.
Yep,
It
that's
does
right.
have-
Yo,
oh, you
Austin,
can get Mew
take-
in this
Austin.
game? Oh, that's hype.
Yeah, in the Pokeball Plus thing. Austin, taste the cartridge. You won't.
Taste it.
Ew.
Yo, it does taste nasty. It has like a coating on it.
Cue the Ratatouille music.
Let's zoom in. It reminds me of when I'm like 5 and chewing on Legos. Anyways,
what it's like to chew 5 gum.
You just drop your Wiimote and you just keep putting more the game cartridges in your mouth.
oh my god, I actually have to watch it now. That's so nasty. Like it just touching it to my tongue, it's still like there.
It's a good breath freshener.
Bro, who needs
it's a good mint.
who needs the Listerine strips when you got Let's Go Pikachu?
Yeah, you just lick Let's Go Pikachu. That's as useful as the game is. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Have you ever tried to
damn.
lick your cartridge?
Bro, the value of that cartridge just went up.
Come on, man.
Licked by Favlam.
This tastes like 30, but now 45.
Yeah.
45, baby.
35, 36, 37, 38.
Store credit 55.
A whole 15, goddamn.
I know, right? What is everyone's thoughts on the new catching mechanics, and also just like what was your experience playing these games? And we kind of went there with Gabe. So Fuse, your turn.
Catching mechanics sucked.
Yeah, but Mankey was in it.
True,
I know
Mankey was in it, so that
I-
gives the game a
I-
lot of
that
points.
was the first that was the first time I had ever shiny hunt Mankey because I was able to do so with the catch combos. I was like, oh yes, awesome. So that's where I got my
Yes.
first original shiny Mankey and Primate Bat. Yes. Honestly though, I like the animations and like the graphics. I think are really really good. Arguably, if my opinion, I like the style much better than they did with Sword and Shield. The catching mechanic it does hinder it by quite a bit. Like I do like the fact that we can catch Pokemon, master release them, and get like candies and stuff.
Yeah.
Battle mechanic I honestly liked a lot, especially the fact that we didn't have to actually have any HMs. Just Pikachu or Eevee learned whatever it had to do what it needed to do.
Sky Dash. Or
Sky Dash, zip zap,
Zip Zap Zop.
wooden
Zap zap zoop.
yeah,
Zoopa deep up.
dark hug. I don't know what the
Dark hug.
Wait, what?
Dark Hug.
dark hug.
I've never heard of that. Is that?
I don't know. I made it up.
Oh, I
don't know
gotcha.
what it is.
I thought that was like a weird new like.
Yeah, I was like, just weird attack name.
Damn,
I
I gotta
was
go
now. But like the game itself has a lot of pros, and honestly, the only big thing about it that I never liked was just the catching mechanic. Because Lord damn, bro, just like
Visuals are nice, man.
Oh,
they're
I miss-
nice. They're
so
so
nice.
nice. You know, then we got Scarlet and Violet, and this
I
one.
was like,
Mario 64. Oh my God, my sweet baby, I've missed you. Oh, wait, you're
Oh,
Pokemon.
my baby. So, yeah, Sonic, tell us about it. Well, I guess, yeah, tell us about your experience with it.
My experience with Let's Go was my shiny luck was cracked in Let's Go. We'll start off. Finna built different. But I would say, I mean, at the point right now, we have like Scarlet and Violet DLC announced. We have like Gen 4 remakes have been out. When the day comes where they do make a Gen 5 remake, I want it in the art style of Let's Go.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
genuinely want
Yeah.
it. I think the game was just genuinely beautiful. I think
visually they're a lot better. I think it's the strongest part of
And
this
it ran
game.
smooth too. It ran pretty smoothly, honestly, man.
it ran flawlessly. I think it's the best looking Pokemon game we have on the Switch. I think outside of catching, I think battling was very crisp. It felt clean. It had a lot of life to it.
yeah.
Overworld shinies, I feel, were done perfectly. With like the sparkling and like the different coloration, like when you see it spawn, and kind of throwing in Mega Evolution in there as well was kind of interesting, because I feel like it's like it literally just felt like a modern day Kanto game, because we had the fairy typing in there, we had the Alolan forms that you could get from the Pokemon as well. Like it literally felt like this isn't just like it's a genuine remake, but like with all the stuff that we have. It's not just like with BDSP where it's like, here's the fairy type and then that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, it was definitely a better remake than BDSP. I give it that. I definitely give it that.
Yeah.
So
I forgot BDSP existed.
I know. I always do too, man. And it sucks that
I see it on my
that.
Switch, and I'm
Where's
just like,
the
oh
Gen
yeah.
4 remake, lads?
It's so sad because it was like we were having so much fun with it and like the underground stuff for like I think like a month, and then it just completely died off, and nobody touches it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
I
nuzlocked it once and then dropped it.
Yeah.
and I ain't trying to be that guy that brings it up, but I kind of feel like the Pokemon community did it to themselves. Because
How's
they were flat out like, this is Diamond and Pearl remakes, like verbatim of Diamond and Pearl. But then you got people that are like, we're gonna get the platinum decks, we're gonna get like all of this stuff. There's
Our
rumors
standards
that
got
there's
pushed
like
way too high.
there's like new forms for Gmax Torterra and everything, and it's just like, you have all this
Gmax
stuff.
Torterra? That's crazy. I didn't even hear about that.
People were saying that we're getting like mega evolutions and like new forms for like the Gen 4 starters, and it was just like, no, like it was
Never did.
it was literally just Diamond and Pearl on the Switch with.
I just wanted the Uno reverse of Cynthia's Garchomp going mega and kicking her ass. That's all I wanted to see.
My favorite part was running through the Elite Four and being like, wow, she has a 6 IV perfect IV freaking competitive team. She's got Marvel Scale, Flame Orb, Milotic. I was like, dude, I got freaking Lucario that I hatched on Iron Island with the wrong nature and I kept it. Like, what do you mean? Like, I got nothing for you.
She's got the ice reduction berry on Garchomp, so Garchomp will still live most of the time.
Bro,
Absolutely.
I survived off of the affectionate thing, but I had like I was like +6 Combine spam Dazzling Gleam Mismagius. That was my strategy.
That's
Same.
awesome. Yeah, that's a
and I love
great
Misdreavus.
strat.
Misdreavus is so cute too. I always like having Misdreavus.
for real.
You know.
Yeah.
For me, the Let's Go series was pretty good. I had a good time with it. I got a little bored halfway through just because I had played through Kanto so many times, I didn't really get the chance to really play through it all the way. But the parts that I did, I mean, it was fun. It was beautiful. And watching other people play it, it was pretty good. So I think it's a solid series. Again, the catching mechanic just gets really tedious and annoying, and I wish there was a way to turn it off, like you were saying, Sonic. And I was thinking more like, if maybe you could do something where if you use the catching mechanic, then you could put it towards like, you know, your Pokemon Go account, or like, I don't know, you get better benefits if you use the Go mechanic rather than using the traditional catching. I don't know, just options. That's all I have to say.
I
wish there was
options.
options.
I do agree with what you're saying, but I think that you should have had the option for Pokemon Go style or like OG traditional battles, because I think it was also a matter of making it accessible for people with disabilities, and that's not what the game did. Because I know, because I had you guys know the True Turbo, right? Friend of the Pokemon community.
I think so, yeah.
That was his biggest complaint, because he was like, I couldn't play Let's Go because of my disability, because of the catching feature, which is literally how you level up your Pokemon. How, like, it's a huge part of the game. So I think that's where that's where they dropped the ball on it.
Yeah. One of my goals for this podcast is if we blow up, I want to get oh my god, what is it? I think his name's Steve something. He's like
Jobs?
a huge advocate for disabilities in gaming. And have him on the podcast just to talk about that stuff and just like talk about that perspective of not just Pokemon but gaming in general. He was on an episode of another podcast I listened to, and he's a very prominent figure in like the disability, like advocating for accessibility in video games for disabled gamers. That's like one of my, if we could ever do that, I'd be like, yep, we made it. that's great. I'm glad we could advocate
Steve
for that.
Jobs was dead.
It's not Steve Jobs, you goobers.
Oh, I thought this was.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, wait, what?
No,
he died.
He made a joke. I have to find him. Hang on. I think his first name's Steve.
Austin said Steve, and I was like, oh, Jobs. Then Austin was like, hey, time for serious topic to make Sonic feel bad about his joke.
Steven. It's Steven.
From Gen 3.
Steven Spofen. I'm trying to be serious. This guy's like an actual really cool guy. Anyways, he's on Twitter at Steven Spohn. That's how you say his last name, or that's how you spell it.
Okay.
He's awesome though. He's a great guy, and he does a lot of advocation. Anyways, I was just plugging him for no reason. But you made me think of that, Sonic, when you were talking about your friend who literally couldn't play the video game because of the lack of accessibility features.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this was technically the first like Pokemon game to have Pokemon in the overworld. What do we think about that? I thought that was a pretty cool, good feature, right?
More
especially
immersive,
for shiny hunting
kind of thing.
I think they did it. I honestly think that they did overworld Pokemon perfect.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I think I would rather see new games in the style of Let's Go minus the catching mechanic, and maybe you could do more Legends. I don't know. Legends is just such a good one. But if you were to do it, I'd be okay if they were if like new Pokemon games were just in the style of Let's Go, where it's like a hybrid of like overworld and not, you know.
Yeah.
So that would be nice. But it was pretty good. All right, well, that kind of concludes our discussion about Pokemon Let's Go, and then we're gonna listen to some music before we rate it, though. So, Gabe, do you have music for us to listen to rate?
So I found just the entire OST for the Let's Go series. This is like, I want to say this is the first Pokemon game that is entirely orchestrated. I feel like I remember hearing that. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I mean,
I could believe that. That's a believable thing.
but
yeah, go ahead and stream it, and I'll start capturing the audio.
hell yeah. And it's really pretty. I think it's awesome to have Gen 1 in like an orchestra, kind of setting.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It was
And
like
I think it adds a whole other layer to it. So,
and then you guys obviously can recommend some PokePark music to me as well. Whatever songs you want to do. But yeah, so I have the OST right here. I wanted to start with the Road to Viridian City, so that first route.
Okay. One second.
Yeah, let me know whenever. Just like this route is it's just a it's a cute route. Gotcha. Just the beginning of an adventure. Like enough said at that point, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a little quiet, I guess, just because it's
It's good. It's good volume.
It's bouncy. It's just a fun little light on your feet.
You're going on your adventure.
I mean, I feel like I'm literally like I'm at a professional symphony, like in Europe somewhere. I don't know.
It does feel like a very like
Grand.
hall, like you're in a symphony,
Yeah.
or like a hall listening to this.
Dance, something
Yeah.
like that. A ballroom blitz. There was another one.
Ballroom
Battle. I
Blitz.
think they did battle really good as well in this game. I think this is so that's Wild Pokemon, and then where's Trainer Battle? The Trainer Battle, Wild Pokemon Go. What is?
Oh, you gotta throw up Lavender Town at some point.
Oh yeah.
So we got Wild Pokemon Battle, but I remember just hearing this and I was like, "Whoa, this sounds like energetic," for being.
Yeah, this is
completely
great
orchestrated.
for. I'm putting
Yeah.
songs in the music chat when we're done with this one.
Yeah, so this is battled as Wild Pokemon. I love, just the percussion, even though it's obviously nothing too technical. It's just like cool hearing snare drum and, yeah.
The way they did the music in this game, I mean, Pokemon music always just slaps. It's always
Yeah.
amazing. It's always
Yeah.
amazing.
Nintendo doing what they're good at.
Y'all.
Let's see, Go Park, no, Battle Wild Pokemon. What is Pokemon? Let's see what the Pokemon gym sounds like. I always like the gym music in these games. So, yeah, just very.
Yeah, they like really went balls to the wall with this OST, dude. It's kind of insane. they really just boom hit him with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we do
Sorry.
Gym leader?
Meeting place. Yeah, do a gym leader. Let's hear it.
And here we go. We're gonna fight Brock. A little bit of electric guitar in the background.
Bro, my favorite part of Let's Go was how much Blaine looked like Dr. Eggman.
True. He really did. He really did. It was
Like-
crazy.
Like between the whole the game show thing and everything, I literally thought I was like, did I switch franchises at one point?
I know, right? Like, where did this come from? I'm listening, I swear. I'm trying to find music for the next
You're
bit. Just each of the zones are pretty cool. Bomb, 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 bomb.
Here I got a Lavender Town theme right here.
Give me, yeah, I'm saying Lavender Town.
So we all know Lavender Town theme, very creepy.
Oh, we already knew that
haunting.
from Otto's episode, but fuck, man, the way they do this one is just so good.
It's very X and Y, kind of like the Lavender City. I
Yeah,
think
that's
you
a
remember what
great
it's
point.
called.
It does sound
Yeah.
very like X and Y.
Yeah.
That's a great. Oh yeah, I never thought of it.
Like-
that.
Like it still has ominous feel, but it has like a weird soothing feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like sleepy time, being lulled to sleep. Maybe you're being put under a spell against your will to go to sleep, whatever.
Yeah.
Your organs are going to be harvested, and the Pokemon universe just got much, much darker. Pikachu
It's a
is
Jigglypuff.
evil.
It's a Jigglypuff from above.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's hear Pokemon Tower. I'm curious to. I don't think I ever did hear the Pokemon Tower in this game, the music, but ooh, the flutes.
terrifying, but also like, ooh, mysterious. It gives me Lost Woods vibes. You know,
Studio Ghibli a little bit.
yeah, that's actually a great. Yeah, that's a great comparison. Doom,
God, this is so pretty.
doom, 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 doom,
Oh, so
doom,
good.
doom, doom, doom. I love it. What about like the champion battle or stuff later on?
I'm gonna do. Wait, which one's Pokemon Mansion? I forget
That's
what
like where
Pokemon-
you're
that's
running
on
through the
Cinnabar,
mansion,
right?
yeah.
Oh my God, what? This is great. This sounds so good.
Ooh, a little snare, like,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, you gotta do Indigo League
Oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
or Indigo Plateau. Excuse me.
God, wow, this I did not hear
This
Pokemon
is
Mansion.
good. I know. I'm
This is
kind of
good.
like,
Wow.
bum, 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 bum. It's very
Isn't that like the Burn
suspenseful.
Mansion or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, bum, bum, ba-dum. Oh, it's very like imposing. Like great threat is coming. You have to overcome. Bum,
Yeah.
bum, ba-dum.
It's funny because it sounds like
Oh,
war is coming, but this is all like you totally signed up for this. You know,
Yeah.
like,
this does sound like
Just
like a army marching to its, you know, to it, not its doom, but just like into battle. It's very Battlelord Galaxy theme. What's the next one there? Yeah, what's that next one? It doesn't say. It just says
so
most
this is
played.
champion.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, battle champion. We love Gary. Gary is
Gary, Gary, come home.
God damn.
Gary,
Wait, let's do
come
a rival
home.
up here. So we're gonna get Gary's theme in here before.
Okay, so regular rival theme. I love it.
Smell you later.
Thud.
Almost Sonic-esque.
So this is the final battle, fighting them, which is one of my most favorite songs in Pokemon, completely remastered in Symphony.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Very fast, very energetic, as always. Not even Arceus could compare to, like Gary is the actual god of the Pokemon universe.
He's the actual god, yeah. Bass. Amazing.
Ooh, that guitar?
Ooh.
Oh, it's so
kind of like
good.
or something like that.
Oh. What about is it like Mew? Yeah, like Master at the end. Or is that Master
Is that
music? Oh no, it's just a
Master
trainer. No, it's okay.
Oh, because if you have, because there are different trainers around Let's Go that have like
Yeah.
that specialize in all 150 Pokemon. So like there's like Pikachu Master and Venusaur Master and
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Primate Master.
That's
and so you can only fight them with, it's like a 1v1 of the same Pokemon.
Huh.
But they have different movesets.
Cool.
I think M&J TV did a video where he did the Master challenges but only used shiny versions of the Pokemon.
That's
Oh, shit.
insane. That's actually insane.
I'm curious what staff roll sounds like, just like a quick peek at it.
I mean,
It's
isn't it just
very,
like the end, like the end credits?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
Fun.
it'd
You
be,
beat the
like, very,
game.
slow,
Hooray.
Like, Diamond and Pearl was very slow and kind of sad, nostalgic.
Yeah. I like it.
But yeah, it's more adventurous for sure. Yeah, staff rep, staff creddy weddy.
All right. If you go to
But yeah, if you guys have
Discord,
any PokePark,
in the music tab, it's gonna be. You just go down that list, and that'll be good enough for us.
oh, yeah, Club Penguin Radio. What? Oh, that's the name of the account. I was like,
Oh
what?
yeah. This is like
So
a loading screen. It's like very like.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, and Pikachu like rolls and like marches.
Yeah.
I love this hot air balloon right here.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's a very lovely time. Love it.
So I see it just
Um,
repeats. But beach town, we're going to the beach.
So this is the beach. So this is what me and Sonic were talking about earlier, and you just hear in the distance, she's like, He's just running around, and you just hear him scream in the distance. It's very relaxed,
wow.
and it pauses for a minute,
Yeah.
and then it comes back.
This kind of reminds me of like Stardew Valley a little bit. Just
Yeah,
kinda, like,
it
with
has
the
that kind of vibe to it. Yeah,
Yeah, very slow.
and it has
just
the
random,
waves. Just
Yeah.
that's literally all it is.
Wait,
It's very chill.
Wait. Oh, I accidentally skipped over Chase. So this is Chase from PokePark.
So this is when you're playing tag with people. Womp 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 womp. Tuba. Womp 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 womp. Bum ba bum 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 bum. Maybe chasing around Vaporeon in the beach zone.
This music is very like Kirby in the Forgotten Lands.
It's very
or, like,
Kirby-esque. The
yeah,
music.
very Kirby-esque. Yeah.
I feel like the music sounds similar because they were both just like fun, cute games.
Yep.
Like
Right.
Yep.
Kirby had like freaking like menacing villains, but like overall it was literally just you're just running around as a cute little bundle of
Yeah,
joy, just running around making
Exactly.
friends and fighting baddies.
Exactly.
Just walking the stomach, eating food, and gaining abilities.
And you're trying to
Oh my
chase
God,
people
the
down.
xylophone. So this next one is the Iceberg Zone.
Yes, this is a good one too. I like the
I
iceberg
love
zone a
ice
lot. It's very
areas.
Christmas themed,
Ooh.
or very Christmassy, very like. You definitely have the
That's-
jingle bells, but
That's my one complaint. Why does ice snow equal Christmas?
yeah,
Like,
I mean that's a lot of
Like-
problems that a lot of games had, and that's something we talked about in the Johto episode, where there's a track in the Johto episode where they're actually it sounds icy without sounding Christmassy. It does a very good job of it.
It's very mid-January sounding
Yeah.
instead of mid-February or December.
Yeah. This is
instead
very,
of like week of Christmas.
Yeah.
Literally.
a lot of the music though in this is like it has these like you have these riffs and then it's like a pause and then it
just
goes back
pauses.
into it. Yeah, it's a very it kind of it communicates again this like peaceful feeling, kind of like in Breath of the Wild where you have
Right.
like a bit of music and then it pauses.
I like that.
Which I
that
like,
'cause
and I like in some games, but in other games, you know, it sometimes you need that grandiose OST. But in this, it's very relaxing and very nice and chill.
you're in a park right now. You're just strolling around, just
Yeah,
doing whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be the main street. You're just strolling through an ice park in this.
icy parky.
So
I think
this
the-
is
Yeah, so
sorry.
this is the lava zone. I didn't do the cave zone because I honestly don't remember the cave music. It didn't stand out to me. The lava zone though, it
Understandable.
was very like wom 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 wom.
This
Sounds like you're
is-
like bumbling around, you
Oh
know.
my god, I remember this.
This is Goron City. This is absolutely Breath of the Wild
It-
Goron City, and I
it
hate
sounds-
Goron City's music.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it sounds very it sounds very like you're in the Goron City. You're in like a lava, rocky, very rough and tough part of town.
Right.
Everybody here is really hardened. Yeah.
That's what, I loved Goron City music in Ocarina and Twilight Princess. I don't like it too much in like the Death Mountain music in Skyward, and then also Breath of the Wild, just because it's very like clumsy and cartoony.
Yeah, but I think that's like
Like
the whole
for-
point, you know. Is like that's what
Oh, I
Gorons are
know.
supposed to be. They're supposed to be
Oh,
like
they are.
cartoony and clumsy and I mean they
They're
sound
these
like
big,
whoa.
tough badasses. They're, lovable
Yeah.
bears,
Oh, for
rock
sure.
thingies.
Go ahead and play the haunted zone.
Humped.
That's a fun one.
It should
Not
be
us
in-
making Goron noises that whole time.
This one is less of like a this just plays the whole time. So this one's not as like it's not as peaceful as the other one. It's like oh no, you feel like you're like climbing through the area and you're like, well, what's going on? What's going on in this part? What's going on over here? Yeah, not I mean, it's a little more higher tension. Even though all the ghost Pokemon there are like friends with you and you're chilling, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds almost like sciencey. Like it has like a little
Yeah,
like
this is very like sciencey. Yeah.
yeah. It's a cool
I
vibe.
like it.
The granite,
Granite
zone.
zone.
Yeah, the
So
granite
let's see,
zone would
granite
be the
zone.
next thing. This is like you're up in the sky, like you're in like imagine you're in like a ruins, like the unknown ruins, right? Like type of thing. It's very nice.
This kind of sounds like if you guys ever played like I don't know if you Kana Bridge of Spirits. It's a
No, what's that?
It's very pretty. It's like Ori and the Blind Forest kind of visuals. Everything is very like saturated and pretty, and it has really good lighting and everything. And it has very just like kind of atmospheric music like this. Like you're maybe like in like a forest or like a grotto, and it's very mysterious and kind of pretty, but a little like
Yeah.
maybe danger ahead, maybe
Mayhaps.
Okay.
mayhem.
And then finally Sky Pavilions. This is like the final area of the game, like where you're like this is where you encounter Mew.
I literally for a second thought that was like the like the GBA,
Yeah.
like starting up like the.
Yeah. So this is where you're in Sky Pavilion. You're trying to find out where Mew is, and Mew like hides as one of your friends because you and your friends in the hot air balloon go up to Sky Pavilion, and you like are looking around the place, and you're like, wait a minute, why are there two Piplups? And you have to go and be like, you're not the real Piplup because the other Piplup is like really clumsy and buffoony, and then the other one, I forget how you differentiate, but yeah.
I remember because you have this music going and you're standing there right in the middle, and then you freaking interact. You interact and it's just meow meow meow.
Yeah.
And like, Mew just like does that the whole time, just flailing its arms.
And it spins in circles and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Every bit of dialogue is just meow meow meow.
And you're like, I want to die.
I just want to fight you as Magmortar Rhyperior Electivire.
Those are hard fights too. They weren't easy. At least as a kid. As an adult, they were a bit easier, but yeah. Very like mysterious, very floaty vibes, very final area of the game. Yeah, this is a good time.
I'm a feather floating in the wind right now.
Yeah.
High
All right. Well, thank you so much, Gabe, for the
love you
a music review. Love you too, bud. Thank you so much. That's gonna conclude our discussion on PokePark. Let's go ahead and give it a rating. I think I'll start us off. We'll go Sonic and back around. Not PokePark. Sorry. Let's go. PokePark was on the mind because we were listening to music. Sorry. We're talking about Let's Go now. So Let's Go is the rating. I know I should have done it. We should have done it earlier, but it's okay. We can fix it in post.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I'll give it a 7.5.
That's valid. That's very fair.
I think for like a modern remake of Gen 1, it was very good. I think it introduced a lot of aspects and like just like quality of life things that are now being shown in future Pokemon games, and I just think overall like art style, how they handled overworld Pokemon, like the battles, animations, everything, I just think they overall did they hit the nail pretty hard on it. So I'd say a 7.5 is fair.
I'd agree. Yeah. Fuse.
I would give Let's Go and Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee probably an 8 out of 10.
Too high.
Okay. What brings it up higher for you compared to Sonic?
Cause Sonic's a bitch. I'm just kidding.
No, wow.
Damn, dude, I have to leave. I have to leave. I can't be here. If we're gonna cuss, man.
I think the catching mechanic hinders the game a lot, but I think with the visuals and like the overworld Pokemon being introduced full on, it gives me enough, at least in my book, to give it at least an 8. But if they change the catching mechanic, it could easily hit a 10 out.
Oh god, yeah. The catching mechanic was just a huge hit for me.
To me, at least personally, the catching mechanic doesn't hinder my experience of the game at least as much, because I completed that game. I did shiny hunting.
Nah, I cried.
So. Yeah,
especially when we found out that we've been shiny hunting in the game wrong since
forever,
since the game came out. Because it's like, oh, you gotta keep.
Thanks A Drive.
Yeah, thanks Dan, aka A Drive. It's like BDSP's almost out, but we just found out we're shiny hunting and Let's Go wrong, and it's like time to go back.
Wait, so how do you shiny hunt in it? And what's like the Let's Go way?
So you get a catch combo at 31. The next Pokemon that spawns afterwards is the only one with the boosted odds. So that only one that spawns immediately after.
It's not.
Every other one that spawns after that is one in 1365. So you need to just keep getting your catch combo up.
Yeah, it's a 31 every time, and then
Dang, that's insane.
Because what we all did was we got our catch combo to 31, and then we waited, and we sat there staring at our screens
and just waited for something to spawn.
Yeah.
I see. No, that makes more sense though, honestly, like the other way. But yeah. All right, cool. Gabe, what do you think?
So I never did finish the game, but I did play a lot of it with David and watched him play as well. And as you know, same with what Sonic and Fuse said, I think these are really, really good, like Gen 1, modern day Gen 1 remakes. sucks that one of the main Pokemon mechanics is just abysmal in this game, because that really hurts my score. I would say probably just 7 out of 10, because I think they did the visuals justice AF. The music amazing. It was it was just it was cute. Pikachu or Eevee following behind you. You can put a scarf on them. Do the whole cute pet thing. Whatever, everybody loves petting their Pokemon,
yeah.
right?
We didn't mention that. The fact that like your starter is, or you.
Yeah, I pet my Rhyhorn all the time.
Oh my god. I want to die.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
in
know.
hell.
Is that
I'm in hell,
is
Sonic.
that a
I'm in
wee wee
hell.
joke, or are you just being silly? Because I don't know.
I'm just being
I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. That's totally what it was.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
Sonic's eyes just got
Yeah,
so
so-
big.
Yeah,
He was
no-
like, all right, well,
yeah, well,
no comment.
So it's like,
I'm
right.
glad they didn't force us to use the one controller, because Nintendo, I feel like they force they do weird, like I said earlier, they do weird things sometimes that are big misfires.
Yeah.
But thank God we could still just use Joy-Cons. The whole catching thing sucks, unfortunately. I think most people agree. But yeah, overall it was still a fun game, if you're down to, if you can get past that.
Yeah, and I think I gave it a 7. I couldn't finish it, and I think it's just because I'm bored with Gen 1 in general. Like I'm so burnt out of it. I don't know. Every time I go back and play it, I don't know. I just get bored. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't click with me the way it used to. So I give it a 7 overall, but I think it's more of my personal taste of Gen 7 than it is more of the game itself. I think y'all's assessment of being
Gen
around
1.
7.5, and yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I didn't mean 7. My bad.
Do you think they'll
I'm so
remake these
fixated on
games?
7.
They should remake Let's
have
Go.
a remake of Let's Go.
I can't wait.
Pichu and Egg.
The egg. Okay. Anywho, that's gonna do it for the discussion of the Pokemon games. We like to take a quick moment at the end of every episode, though, and talk about some games we're playing that aren't Pokemon or just aren't these Pokemon games at the very least. I'll go ahead and start us off. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. I just started last night. We're doing a Master Mode run where every time I die, I have to do a Wheel of Pain. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've also been speedrunning Mario 64 again, kind of just doing that on the side, though, not necessarily on stream. I've also been doing, because I found out you can speedrun on the Switch emulator, and it's been nice. I was doing it literally right before we started the podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that's it game-wise. I really want to get back into Valorant, but I just haven't had the time. Valorant is just such a time sink, and
It is,
I just
man.
don't have the time for it.
It
It's
is,
so sad.
yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been up
Yeah, it
to.
sucks.
We'll finish with Sonic. So Gabe, what have you been playing recently?
So Resident Evil 4, I'm on like my second playthrough right now. It's such a fun game. Just like, oh my god, the perfect way to remake a game. Some things were taken out, some things were added, and that's totally cool. If you nail it, then you nail it. Another just goofy game I'm playing on the side, Zombie Estate. Been playing that a lot with my buddy Joe. It's just a $5 game on Steam, just pixelated, fun zombie, whatever game. And then
sounds
I've just
fun.
yeah, a lot of fun. Then I sometimes dip my toes onto Battlefield 2042 since that game is finally kind of playable. After a couple years, but it's just
thank
fun.
God.
Yeah, it's just an arcade shooter or whatever. But god, it was rough, so rough.
Nice. Views.
I have started Pokemon Inclement Emerald, which is a ROM hack of regular Emerald. So it's about 10 times harder. It's kind of like Drayano hacks, like Ren Flat and stuff.
Yeah.
But in those games, you can change the shiny odds by talking to some of the professor aides right at the start of the game.
Yep.
So I made it to 1 in 100. So I'm doing it as a shiny walk.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. And I've also made a little challenge myself that if I ever wipe, I have to ask one of my streamer friends to make me do a dare for TikTok.
I'm mad I haven't been brought to, or I haven't been asked yet.
bro, I was gonna say
I'm on attempt 1. I haven't wiped it at all
okay.
yet.
Okay,
Yo,
yeah, sure.
keep me on speed dial, Fuse. I got something. For you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because
funny.
at this, I got the idea because I remember Purple Cliff used to do some on TikTok where if he wiped, he asked one of his friends like, "Yo, do this or whatever."
Yeah.
He would do it. I was like, "I'm gonna try it." Besides that, I've been doing variety content. I'm actually streaming Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection that came out.
Oh, it just came
Friday
out
today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do that every Friday from now on. And I've been doing Master Duel Saturdays where I've been having viewer duels in my community. It's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
That's
Sonic's
fun.
been on there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Got a blast.
Yeah,
It's been so much
that's
fun.
very fun.
So yeah, it's been really good. Like I got I was worried about like like viewer participation and stuff. But I was pleasantly surprised. I haven't done a single match of ranked. I've just been doing viewer duels because people want to play. I was like, yay.
Cool.
So yeah, that's been what I've been going on with.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Seems
All right,
good.
Sonic, finish us off.
Well, excluding the Scarlet and Violet craze, and me looking up that I'm limited on 3 or 4 that I can get, we played through Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I am now doing a collecting every single Chow possible, because as you give them like special abilities and like conditions, they evolve into like different kinds. So I want to try and see if I can get all of them. I do want to branch out into Master Duel a little bit more, because it's been a hot minute since I have streamed it, but I think I want to just do like ranked with like my personal decks that I have IRL, or just decks that I want to play period, because I'm not really one who follows meta too often, with the exception of like a couple negate cards or some like cards in the main deck that are meta, but other than that, it's just like kind of like vanilla stuff, nothing like tailored towards a specific like archetype kind of thing. And
Gotcha.
just trying to dive into more variety as a whole. So I'm trying to I got a couple ideas brewing, but I think it's just a matter of trying to actually do it.
Yeah, I get that. Like, you know, trying to dive into a little bit of variety, especially when you're in the lull with like the Pokemon series. So
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, it's good stuff.
But wait,
well,
no, we have Pokemon Sleep coming out, guys.
Oh,
Don't worry, it's
so
gonna.
true.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I can't wait to sleep.
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't done it before.
just sleeping on stream.
Yeah.
It's just okay. I'm sorry, but it's just a weird feeling knowing that yes, you know, Pikachu cute, yeah, Pikachu's cute voice, but that's just a lady's voice that I have on my phone that's talking. You know, but just, yeah, I don't know. You know, when it's in, you know, relative to an app, sleep, it's just funny. I know it's more than just Pikachu's voice, but yeah, funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, that just random thought.
No, you're good. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here on the Boost View podcast. Remember, guys, you to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Sonic, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/SonicBuckley01. I stream every day. Times are a little different, but, you know, we stream every day because I don't know how to take a break.
Hell yeah.
Damn, he's a daily streamer, baby.
He's addicted.
Sheesh. And as of course, as always, follow the rest of us boys. Twitch.tv/Favlam. I'm Favlam on everything else as well. Twitter, YouTube. Follow Gabe on Twitch.tv/Excellion96 and Fuse on Twitch.tv/ShortDiffuse.
With a 2, the number 2, not the letters
2.
TWO.
Well, I put it on the screen, you know. I put it on the screen.
I know.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for listening to the Boozy Podcast. Again, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and rate the podcast on the channel. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, and I will be back next time. Next time we will actually be talking about Pokemon Coliseum and Yellow Darkness and whatnot.
And we're gonna have what's gonna happen on next episode, Austin. We're gonna have 2.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have 2 guests.
Guests.
We'll have Jacob Pomegranate and B
Markiplier.
legit.
Oh.
Markiplier.
Marky
Shit,
Moo.
we got him. We
We're
got him.
gonna have
baby.
2014
All
Markiplier though. We're
over,
going
baby.
through time portal.
Lanny Pator from freaking Team 4-Star. That's crazy.
Oh my
And
God.
All right,
Obama.
everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Do we got any last nickels?
I love Pokemon Go.
Guys that didn't mention Spinoffs.
also
They
love
went a whole
Pokemon
episode without
Go.
mentioning Spinoffs.
Spinoffs! Woo! We did!
A whole episode without them arguing. Woo! Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.